What is up, guys? It's ChiefJammy or the Feral Potato here, and today we're back with another League of Legends commentary. It's going to be a bit different, an actual commentary, but it's going to be probably the start of a new series. I know I'm starting a lot of new series, and I apologize for that, but this series is basically going to be how to get better, not with a specific champion, like a guide, like the Nasus guide, but how to get better in general in League of Legends. So this is episode 1. It's going to be mindset and awareness. And yeah, I'll be talking about these key points of the mindset and awareness that you should have. And this is basically tips for getting better at League of Legends, but also in ranked and everything like that. And in your promos, because I know those are coming up soon. Probably in January-ish. So let's get started. First point that I wrote here is positivity, staying optimistic and trusting in your team. So it kind of leads into the second one and the third one, but the positivity, so basically, don't get really tilted or salty just because someone else is doing bad or something. And just like my third tip, if a lane is in need of help, try to roam or gank. If you're the jungler, definitely try to gank the lane if they do need help, or if you're like a mid laner or something like that, try to roam and help them out as well. But stay optimistic, and even if your kills may not look the best or your KD, again, remember the game is a team game, and if you can coordinate well enough, then you'll come out as the victor, because it is solo queue, and it's basically a test of how well you can do with your team and to get that victory and work together and cooperate. So try not to criticize every single little thing that a teammate does that's bad. Just try to tell him what he did wrong so he can improve, but don't really criticize him, because that could probably make him play worse. Or if it's reversed and someone's criticizing you, try to take that tip and use it, maybe for your next play, maybe even for your next game, but try to use it, and don't fire back at them, because all that will do will make everyone just keep arguing, and try to concentrate on the game basically, because then you're going to be typing a lot, and you won't be really concentrated on the game. And then even the people that aren't even involved in the conversation, they'll also be looking down and kind of watching what the conversation is going on. So stay positive. That's the key thing in a lot of games, actually. You just really have to stay positive, even if you're down maybe 3 turrets or something, a lot of gold. If you stay positive, you can definitely bring it back, because if the other team makes one little mistake and they don't stay positive, they start arguing each other, how did we lose that? Oh, it's because of so and so, maybe Zed didn't go on to the right guy, he misclicked or something, we're blaming Zed. Now you guys can take the chance and keep going, because you guys stayed positive. All it takes is that one play. So definitely trust your team and stay positive, because that's everything. So if you have one sour guy on your team, he's probably going to take the whole team's mood down with him. So number 2 kind of leads into that, starting games strong and coordinated. So whenever I play ranked, which is basically every single game, because I'll talk more about that later, but I really like playing ranked a lot more than blind pick or anything like that. But starting a game strong and coordinated, I find this a lot whenever I play ranked, because a lot of times we're having trouble in champ select. We're having trouble trying to find some counter picks, some good selections for our team comp. I would say just start strong. Basically, talk to your team. So don't be that guy who's first pick that bans whoever you want to ban and then just goes wherever you want to go. I would say if you're first pick, whenever I'm first pick, honestly, I feel more responsibility just because I'm first pick. I feel like I need to be the leader. I need to ask them, who do they want me to ban? Who do they want me to go? Where do they want me to go? And I'll lead more into that a bit later. But starting the game strong, coordinated is really key in every single one of your games, especially in ranked, because of it's not blind, so you can obviously see what the other who the other team is picking. Usually, you can tell who's their top laner, mid laner, etc. So if you can counter pick and stuff, and if you can get your role that you want, obviously, but say maybe your teammate wants jungle, but you're a jungle main, right? I mean, you're decent at maybe top, but you really think that you can carry a jungle. But he says, yeah, he's nice as well, right? He says, okay, I can go top, yeah, no problem, but I'm pretty good at jungle. If you're, especially if you're first pick, if I would say just take the hit basically. If you think that you can hold out at least top lane or any other lane and give the guy jungle, I would say do it, because even though that's your preferred and your best role, if again that's the first thing. If you stay positive and you help out your team, what you give in comes back out. So whatever you give to your teammate, they'll help you out as well, because you helped them out and you gave them your role. They'll say like, thank you so much, and you'll be like, yeah, no problem, because and it just makes you feel super good, because like they got their role. You didn't get your role, but you're pretty happy with this role, and you feel pretty good because they got their role, and they can probably carry you as well. So they're gonna do really good. So that's already one person that's gonna do pretty good in their game. So starting a game strong and coordinated. Again, coordinated is the key, because if you can, like, even if you don't have a good counter pick, so maybe like there's an Nasus and you try to go Teemo, even if you don't have like that Teemo counter pick, even if Nasus counters you, if you can coordinate together your whole team, so maybe you will lose lane, but another lane will win, and maybe in team fights you guys can focus that Nasus down. It'll all be good. And again, stay positive and stay motivated in your games. So definitely talk to your team and do not just ban whoever you want to, or if you're not the banner, don't just like go to whatever position. Tell them what you want to go, and if you're really gonna go there, then tell them I'm gonna go here. You're gonna have to go to some other lane, and they'll probably see why, because you'll just explain it to them. And yeah, don't just be uncooperative, because then they don't know what's going on, and it might feel like a lot of time that you have to pick and to talk and stuff, but it's really not. Just get all the talking as soon as possible. Once you hit the queue, just say your preferred lane. If you don't get it, say maybe second preferred, or fill even, which again I'll get more into later. And yeah, that's the second tip. So kind of keeps feeding down all these 7 tips and even more. Kind of just feed together. I mean, there's just a given, honestly, in all of them. So start a game strong and coordinated. Number 3, if the lane is in need of help, try to roam or gank. So kind of ties in with the first one, second one. Again, it ties in with all of them really. But say top lane's kind of, not doing so good. Maybe not feeding, but maybe give away first blood, maybe another kill, because kind of momentum, kind of kicks in. You can't really do too much. If it's like a Riven or something, Rivens can't really do too much after they die the first time. Unless they do really good. Unless they're really good, or the enemy top laner kind of makes a mistake, but usually that won't happen. So if you're like the jungler, definitely try to camp that lane. See if the other lanes like mid and bot are doing okay, if they can at least hold out, and tell them, again, stay coordinated. Tell them. One part of League of Legends is that some other games have is they have open mic. Maybe it's not the best for League of Legends. It doesn't really fit MOBA, which I could definitely agree to. But still, since you guys don't have mics, definitely tell them in the chat. Tell them everything you can. Tell them if they're top, if they're mid, ping it. Do whatever you can to stay coordinated, because obviously you can't talk to each other unless you're dual queuing with someone else. So yeah, if a lane needs help, tell your bot lane and mid lane, I'm going to go help top, maybe camp him as well. So you guys try to play passive for now, because I can't really help you yet. And they'll say, okay, I'll play passive until you can come help. And then you'll come gank top, and then you can get that top laner a few kills. And yeah, everything's going to be really good. So stay positive and start the game really strong and coordinated. And yeah, like I said, for the laning thing, if they need help, definitely go gank them, but remember to tell your team that you are going to do that. Also, if you roam, if you're like a mid laner, which is the most common roam, I would say, in my opinion. So like maybe you get a kill, if you're Zed, you get a kill on Veigar. Maybe your bot lane needs help, actually. Maybe change it up a bit. Top lane's doing really good, but your bot lane really needs help. You could probably kill Veigar, right, because you just killed him. Go bot, but you can, if you can spare some time, you can wait some time there, which I'll probably get into my next episode um, of my how to get better at League of Legends series. But like, if you're a mid laner, know your kit, know your champion basically, and but try to help your team as much as you can. And even if you don't get a gank off, right? Like even if you don't get any kills off or anything like that, you can probably push the other team out of lane, and your ADC can like farm more, get more CS, more gold, more items, stuff like that. So it doesn't always have to be a kill, or you could just apply pressure and keep them pressured back. And also you could give some information on where they are. Maybe even if you see their jungler, you can again type it in and tell your team everything you see. Number 4, be open to feedback/tips, even when it's a bit harsh. So basically, what this is like I have a lot of games like this, but maybe it's like I'm playing Udyr or Shaco or something like that. I gank in. I didn't know that. I underestimated their damage. Let's say that, and I die. The mid laner, let's say our mid laner didn't die, but he's pretty low and he has to back, and the other mid laner that I tried to gank, the opponent, is still pretty healthy. Somehow. I mean, probably won't be healthy, but if that ever happens, and if the mid laner, your mid laner says anything to you like, "Why did you do that, man?" or something like that. In that case, if he doesn't provide any constructive criticism, then I would just say, apologize, obviously. Again, stay positive and try to take the blame onto yourself. This is a really, 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 really big thing. If you're trying to be the leader or something like that, everybody makes mistakes, even leaders. So take the blame onto yourself. If a team fight went bad and your team's going to start blaming it on someone else, you can't really change their personality, right? That right then and there. So try to take the blame on yourself. You yourself take the hit. So like they won't blame someone else. Just tell them to blame you and just say, "Sorry, it's my bad. I shouldn't have initiated on that." And it's all good. And then they'll say, "Oh, it's fine." I mean, a lot of people do get mad and angry about stuff in League of Legends, but usually it calms down super quick if you just apologize or do something of that nature. So take the hit yourself, even if it wasn't entirely your fault, and then just tell your person who kind of was their fault just how to do better next time. But yeah, take the blame yourself. I find that to help a lot in all my games. So yeah, basically that's what I mean for open to feedback and tips. And also another thing on that little subcategory, if someone tells you something like how to get better, or how to do something next time, how to gank better next time, follow what they say. Try to take into consideration. If you don't think it's right, try to ask them why they think this. But don't take too long, because typing does kind of distract from the actual game, and it will just cause you to lose more time in CSing or just farming in general. So yeah, be open to feedback and tips, even when it's a bit beat down kind of type of thing. But yeah, be open to feedback and tips and stay cooperative. Number 5, if you never play ranked, you'll never get better in most cases. So this is kind of the part where I kind of want to tell you a bit about myself and some of my friends. That kind of leads into number 6, but for me personally, I don't really find a point in playing blind pick other than practicing, of course, or custom games, because there's nothing really to win for. Yeah, sure, you win for IP and XP if you're not level 30, but you win, then you win. You don't really get a rank or anything. But in rank, that's where you really know how good you are or how bad you are, which might sound kind of cruel, but it's just really how it is. So you'll never, because in most blind picks, you guys probably know this if you play blind pick a lot. I wouldn't say trolls a lot, but there's a lot of people who go like off meta stuff, stuff that won't really make you better. They'll go like blitzcrank top opponent. A blitzcrank top won't really make you better. You can probably just destroy that blitzcrank, most of the time, again, in most cases. But in ranked, usually people take it a lot more seriously, and they actually try. So even though, you might get beat the first few times, maybe even first, 10 times, but eventually you'll get a lot better because of playing ranked. Because when you play against better people that beat you, oh wait, I'll have to call them back. But a lot of times if you play against people that are better than you, then you'll get better yourself, because you can see how they interacted, how they beat you, honestly, and you can use those. You can use how they beat you to beat your next person, your next opponent. So again, if you never play ranked, you probably won't really get that much better because ranked is really where it's at. Number 6, do not be scared to lose your rank. This is a really, really, really huge one. So me personally, I always play ranked. Like I said in number 5, I don't really find a point too much in playing blind pick or just normals, not ranked. But a lot of my friends, a few of them actually, they're really scared to lose their rank. So maybe if they're like gold or something like that, they'll be really scared to drop down to silver. And again, I can definitely see why, because a lot of teammates, they don't really cooperate. That's why a lot of my first 3 tips was cooperating with her team and stuff. But you can't really change those people who don't really want to cooperate. You can try to give them tips and stuff, but that game they probably won't change. So I mean, you're probably gonna lose that game if they don't cooperate with you. But I would say just go into rank not having anything to lose, because honestly, if you lose your rank, that honestly just means you're not good enough because you couldn't carry your own team. No matter how bad your team is, if they're not intentionally feeding, you should be able to carry if you're good enough. You yourself should be able to carry if you're good enough. Even as a support, you could land those hooks or something like that with Thresh or Blitzcrank, the grab. So do not be scared to lose a rank, and just go into rank having nothing to lose and being really positive and staying happy. Number 7, the last tip I would say for this episode is have fun and stay on the same page as your team. So definitely, number 7, have fun. And actually, I need to put a space in this, kind of weird. Okay, there we go. So having fun. I don't really have fun in blind pick and stuff because they don't really take it seriously. But in ranked, because it's intense, some people might not like that. But I've learned to just really love that type of play style. So I really enjoy doing that. And again, stay on the same page as your team. Just really coordinate with your team. Make sure your team knows what you're doing. Make sure you know what your team's doing. If you see a guy roaming up top, ask him, what is he doing? Like, are you coming to gank me, or are you just taking scuttle? Sometimes I see this guy coming, so I initiate, but all he's doing is taking scuttle. I'm like, okay, well, you didn't tell me. And again, partly my fault because I didn't ask him either. So cooperate with your team and coordinate with your team what you're going to do or what they're going to do. So this is basically it for this episode of Mindset/Awareness. Episode 1 of how to get better at League of Legends in my, how to get better at League of Legends series. So tell me if you guys liked the first episode of this. I'm just sharing some of my tips that I've experienced in all of my solo queue games. But yeah, like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.